Hello, this is Bruce Tremper with the Forest Service Utah Avalanche Center, and I'm here in Little Cottonwood Canyon, and there's a north-facing slope at 9,000 feet. The most important thing to do before a big storm comes in, like it's forecast this weekend, is to map the pre-existing snow. So here is a north-facing slope at 9,000 feet, and it's very thin snow. It's only about 8 inches deep, and we have nothing but just weak, sugary, faceted snow. The last snow that came fell on this. It had no pre-existing snow before that, and now it's just sat here exposed to a clear sky and all rotted away. So any new snow that falls on this is going to slide pretty easily. You can see this slope doesn't have too many anchors right now. It's just a grassy slope, and most of the anchors are covered up. So this is definitely suspect for avalanches with the next storm. Here we are on a very wind-sheltered slope, on a north-facing slope at about 10,000 feet in Silver Fork. And this is the basic setup. Here on the bottom we have our old nemesis, this very weak, faceted snow, like salt crystals run through your fingers, supports almost no weight, very loose. And then we have the new snow that fell since then in the last storm, and this is all the stuff that avalanched during the last storm. And then the snow on the surface is quite soft, so the next storm that's coming in will slide on the surface snow like this, and it's a little bit faceted too, but very fine-grained facets, and then it could collapse down onto the old layer that it was sliding on before down near the ground. So that's the basic setup for most of the north-facing slopes. Here we are on a recent avalanche in Silver Fork. This one came down a little less than a week ago after the last storm. And you can see it broke right down to the rocks. All that depth was right on the rocks. And then just this 8 inches or to a foot of new snow was laid down on top of it with wind, overloaded it, and it just broke down to the rocks on very weak, faceted snow. Not rocket science going on here. So anyway, that same snow is still intact in places that has not slid, so it's also suspect to slide in this next storm. And where it's already slid here is so rocky, there's not much weak snow left on this particular slope. But once again, not rocket science. We have very, very weak, faceted snow. You can just shove your elbow in, and then overloaded by that last layer of new snow that was combined with wind in some places. This particular slope didn't get any wind. And finally, here we are on a west-facing slope at about 9,500 feet, and sure enough, nothing but sugar snow here. It's going to slide easily with the next storm. And here I'm plotting all the snow on a aspect elevation diagram. So here we have north, south, east, and west, and then the center of the circle is the top of the mountain. So all the blue area here is where the faceted snow mostly exists, mostly on north-facing slopes, some on east and west-facing slopes. The red is more cooked down sun crusts that are not as bad as for the snow underneath. But if the storm comes in cold, it could slide on those slick sun crusts. All the white areas don't have any snow at all, just all rocks. So that's the basic setup. Well, thanks for watching.